All right, everyone, welcome back to the Land of Chem. I am your host and the author. My name is Jeffrey Drum. Thank you all so much for joining me again. All right, everyone, welcome back. Now, today I am thrilled to present part one of a series that will demonstrate the evolution of ancient stone technology from Japan, leading directly into the development of functional components in Egypt. If this is the type of content you're interested in regarding the technology of ancient civilizations, utilizing physics and chemistry, and the function of the Egyptian pyramids and other ancient structures from across the world, this is the channel for you. So please subscribe, like, comment, share, and help get this material out there. If you want to help support the channel and get access to exclusive research, check out the Land of Chem members only channel and thelandofchem.com if you want to pick up a copy of the book or grab some merch, both linked in the video description below. If you want to follow me on Instagram or on X, my handle is @thelandofchem. Ladies and gentlemen, as always, thank you all so much for the support. I think that is it for today's intro. So without further ado, let's get right to it. All right, everyone, here we go with tonight's episode. And to begin, the mysterious megalithic structures that you are about to see are located on a small island in Japan and are shrouded in ancient mythology directly connected to the deity Susanoo that was presented in episode 142, who is directly connected to storms, thunder, and lightning, and is said to have given the gift of agriculture to humanity. And the features of this system that you are about to see will lead directly into a major upcoming research episode connecting a variety of ancient technological components found all over the world. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I hope you enjoy Sunday Site Visit 90, exclusive rare footage from an ancient Japanese stone circle lightning temple.
Ohayo, konnichiwa.
All right, everyone, welcome back. And today's Sunday site visit will begin with a vantage point of me that you haven't seen since our research expedition across England and Ireland in the driver's seat of our new car. And today I'm going to take you along with us, including some behind the scenes footage on what it takes to access this little site that we discovered when we were recently exploring our new island. So we have our home base in Egypt, and we've now acquired a new super secret hideout here in Japan so I can continue my research on both the Egyptian pyramids and the ancient structures of Japan. And no proper Japanese research expedition can begin without a stop at the local convenience. We're getting loaded up on Orion C.
Kanpai.
Got some good Japanese ocha, green tea, a little caffeine in the system. And we're gonna put the 4-wheel drive system in this little car to good use today. I'm super excited that you guys get to see what it takes to get to this site. So now, without further ado, let's go.
Let's go.
All right, now this is where things really get interesting. As you can see, we are climbing steeply uphill, and we have what is known here in Japan as a KEI car. This is a 4-wheel drive K car. And these back road country streets are incredibly narrow. There is extremely steep drop-offs on each side, and we are going to continue climbing this road before we access an even crazier off-road area that will bring us directly to the site. And I haven't activated the 4-wheel drive yet, as this little car does an exceptional job climbing these roads, but it was quite a wild adventure getting out here the first time. This is our second time coming to the site, and it was so compelling during the first visit that I knew we had to come back and document everything that was discovered here, because I do believe that this is an ancient site that has not received any formal archaeological attention. either side of this tiny little road. See that our vehicle is taking up every inch of space.
It's freaky.
But we'll get out here in a minute and I'll show you this car, and you'll see that this is exactly what this thing was meant to do. And old Black Betty here has done a great job.
Loving it.
Yeah. Eating these roads up. Just check this out, the scenery there. Extremely rural Japan. And I won't say exactly where we are, but there we go.
Hairpin turns.
Keep right, and your destination will be on the right.
And here is where I will throw on the four-wheel drive. So we're going to be heading up this path right here. System engage.
Flux capacitor.
Flux capacitor activated.
What's that say, babe?
Who knows?
Danger?
Yeah. Probably says cars are not meant to go up this road. And this part is like crazy.
Destination is on the right.
We're real close.
There we go. Yeah, you can feel the four wheels kicking in there up that little. There we go.
It's working hard. Uh-oh. There's Ram. Yeah, good look us off.
Surprised to see him up here.
I love the bamboo.
Absolutely spectacular here at this site. Oh, there's people up here. All right. Good work, good girl. This is an
Bam a
awesome
lamb.
car. Old Black Betty. All right, now with the beautiful bamboo forest behind me that we'll be hiking through in just a moment. As I was saying at the beginning, our home base is still and will always be in Egypt. So we still have our little apartment outside of Cairo, and now we have a little Japanese beach house. And during 2025, my wife and I will be traveling back and forth between Egypt and Japan for continued research on both the function of the Egyptian pyramids and the ancient structures here in Japan. Now, before we head toward the first area of investigation for today's Sunday site visit, there's Alexa from Ancient Odysseys. Looks like they have the maintenance guy here, and a little shot of our new Japanese expedition mobile, Black Betty. This thing is absolutely badass, and perhaps the coolest piece of research equipment that I have ever purchased. Four-wheel drive K-car, which has been absolutely critical in getting us to some locations across the island thus far.
So much fun.
So we have two primary objectives for today's research expedition and Sunday site visit. First, we're going to check out an outcrop of granite to determine if the orientation of the second grouping of stones that you will see today is naturally occurring. And you'll see what I'm referring to here in just a moment. And second, we are going to hike up this hill to the apex of the mountain to investigate this newly discovered
stone circle and lightning temple complex. And it appears that there is no archaeological documentation of this structure. So this may be a true new discovery here on the land of Chem. So now, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, we'll start hiking so you can see this, well, to be determined whether this is naturally occurring or man-made outcrop of granite. Let me know what you think. All right, here we go. Absolutely beautiful out here, and I wish you could feel the energy at these sites here in Japan. It's some of the most powerful that I've felt in all of my adventures across the world. And this outcrop of stone is the first object of our investigation for today. And you can see these boulders protruding from the bedrock here. Yep. Some of the most beautiful trees in the world here in Japan. And you can see there's a little shrine that's been placed at this outcrop. And these are granite boulders. And there's several sites with a similar configuration of granite boulders here on this little island. And what we're about to do is just check on the compass to determine the orientation of this outcrop of stone. My intuition tells me that this is a naturally occurring formation, and comparing the orientation of this outcrop of stone to the next one will allow me to determine if they are both from the same flow. Because I have a feeling that this one and the outcrop that was integrated into the lightning temple at the top of the hill are naturally occurring, but they utilize these naturally occurring formations in the function of the temple itself. So I'm going to pull out my compass. And these stones appear to be oriented in this direction. And as the flow moved down this way, these pieces of granite were ejected up and out in this direction. I will say that it's some pretty unusual. There's a piece here, piece here, piece here, piece here, piece here. Some unusual stacking of these megaliths. So again, a conclusive determination as to whether this is natural or man-made, that's still subject for some debate. So we got the compass here. I'm going to stand. Okay, they're pointing kind of out in this direction. And it appears that we are facing southwest, 222 degrees southwest. So now that we have that cardinal direction orientation, I can compare the orientation of this outcrop of megaliths with the outcrop at the top of the hill, and if they have the same orientation, this would be an indication that they are natural formations that are a part of the same flow. If they have completely different orientations, that might change my opinion as to the possible reorientation of the megaliths by human beings. And again, one of the reasons that I think that this is naturally occurring is, remember that these were molten stones. And you can see that there's some here that are kind of being ejected in the same direction. This little outcrop here is also being pushed out in this direction. And if you think this is cool, just wait until you see the outcrop at the top of the hill. First time I saw this, I was blown away. All right. So again, now we have a baseline of comparison, 222 degrees southwest. I will say it is cold AF today. All right, so now we're gonna hike toward the top of the mountain to access this stone circle and lightning temple, very similar to what was originally on top of Pyramid Mountain Coromanta, that was directly connected into the dual stone circle system at Oyu. This is an absolutely spectacular sight, and just wait till you see the view when we get to the top of the hill. All right. And this time we're going to take you through the proper entrance to the site. The last time we came out here, kind of went in the back way. All right, here we go. And there is a Shinto temple at the base of the hill here. And there is absolutely a direct connection between the location of these Shinto shrines and these ancient functional megalithic lightning temples. And in an upcoming research episode, I'll be explaining my interpretation of the connection between the Shinto belief system and these ancient lightning structures, because I think there is deep, important esoteric knowledge of the function of these sites encoded in the Shinto belief system. So before we go, we'll do a little sound therapy here.
You want to stand underneath it?
Sure.
Ring in the new year.
And there's several sites here on the island that have these copper bells, and you can feel the sound resonating through every fiber of your being when you ring those things. It is a very intense experience. So here's the little Shinto shrine. And the structure itself is at the top, the apex of the hill over here. And I would almost guarantee that these are depictions of Kukai, a Buddhist monk that has been associated with all of these ancient lightning structures. For example, the Tennyson Shrine and the Arahabaki megalith that was presented at the beginning of our Japan expedition. And I'm going to take you over to this side of the mountain so you can see that this is one of the highest points on the entire island. And the view is absolutely stunning. I mean, look at that. Not too shabby. Yeah. Very, very grateful to have the opportunity to return here to Japan. You can see the sea over here. Absolutely beautiful. All right, let's go. It's crazy. We absolutely love being here in Japan, but are also very excited to return home to Egypt after the winter months are over. And to be back in the desert. All right, so now I'm just going to keep it rolling so you can see the spiral access up to the top of the hill, which is very reminiscent to the spiral pathway that we had to ascend to get to the top of Merlin's Mound that was presented in Sunday Site Visit 33. And when we came out here the first time, I couldn't believe what I was seeing. And it is almost identical to what we discovered on our expedition to Pyramid Mountain Coromanta, which is a man-made pyramid structure that is flat at the top, and that flattened apex at the top of the hill originally featured a stone circle complex. So we're going to continue around this trail that spirals all the way up to the top. We'll show you the stone circle that we discovered here. And I'll also explain how this site and this structure are a perfect example of the evolution of this ancient Japanese lightning and fertilizer technology. So in Sunday Site Visit 87 and episode 142, I explained how natural formations like Oshito Ishi Hill provided the inspiration and the knowledge that developed into the construction of the first stone circle structures. They saw that the megaliths at the top of Oshito Ishi Hill were being struck by lightning. That lightning brought rain, and the rain carried down the atmospheric nitrates that fertilized the agricultural areas surrounding the hillside. So they replicated that formation in the first stone circle sites. For example, at the Komakino stone circle, an artificially leveled plateau upon which they constructed a stone circle. And you can see here we've reached the top of the hill. And it is by far the tallest point anywhere in the distance. There's actually a survey marker up here. And you can also see that the top of this hill has been completely flattened. And lo and behold, look what we have around the perimeter of the flattened hill. And these stones are precisely placed around the entire perimeter of this flattened hill. This is exactly what was originally at the top of Pyramid Mountain, Coromanta. And now this is where things get really, really interesting. I mentioned at the beginning of the episode that there was another outcrop of stone on the side of this hill. We'll check this out real quick first. Ah, the serpent.
Was a blue guy holding a serpent too?
I will say they knew exactly what was going on at these sites and specifically chose these locations for the construction of these Shinto shrines. All right, so let's head down the hill here. And I'll show you the second outcrop of megaliths. Boom, look at that. And at the base of the megaliths, I'll try my best not to fall down the hill here. Boom. Your Shide lightning symbols. And Lex, go up there so they can get a size comparison for how big these things are. All right, that's good, that's good. So I think now you can see why I wanted to determine the orientation of the first outcrop of stone and compare it to this granite outcrop. So this is essentially your lightning rod for the structure. The stone circle system at the top of the hill attracted the lightning that struck these stones on the side of the hill. And you can see that this boulder here was originally one piece. This piece actually fit into this, but it's since cracked open and this one has fallen down here. So I wanted to compare the orientation of this outcrop of stone to the orientation of the first outcrop in an attempt to determine if these are perhaps from the same volcanic event or if there was some man-made interference And all right, so these are kind of coming out in this direction, turn around in this direction. Okay, 190 south. And the other outcrop was 222 southwest. So a fairly similar magnetic compass orientation. Now, if you had seen a complete 90-degree turn and one outcrop is facing this direction and the other outcrop is facing a completely opposite direction, to me that would be an indication that they were moved into place and not naturally occurring. Sounds like a fucking pterodactyl. So now let me explain what I think was happening at this site and with this structure. So once again, they were implementing naturally occurring formations. This is exactly what we saw at Oshido Ishi Hill, where these naturally occurring formations left protrusions of huge stones poking out the side of the hill that served as the ideal lightning rods for the distribution of electric current. And so they selected this site at perhaps one of the highest points on the entire island for the construction of the stone circle system at the top of the hill that is literally designed to accumulate the positive charges to draw down the lightning strike. So what we're looking at here is a natural formation. Back here at the top of the hill. So this hill and the immense megalithic boulders, most likely a completely natural formation, but they utilized this natural formation for the construction of this leveled platform and the stone circles that surround it around the perimeter. And you can see these stones are literally perfectly placed around the flattened perimeter. It literally goes right along the edge at the top of the structure. Let me stand here in the middle. Again, it goes all the way around here. Stone, stone, stone. More stones here, 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 here. Yeah, I mean, the entire perimeter of this flattened surface is surrounded with your stone circle positive charge accumulator. And I'm standing right in the center of what would have been a huge target for a lightning bolt. With these stones down here, as indicated with the Shide lightning symbols, were most likely the lightning rod that was struck by lightning. And again, that lightning creating nitrate fertilizers in the atmosphere that are brought down to in the rain to the agricultural areas that surround this entire hill. So again, whether you're a hunter-gatherer or you're a Neolithic civilization at the dawn of domesticated agriculture, you're either foraging in these woods or you have some rudimentary farming lands that could absolutely benefit from these atmospheric nitrate fertilizers, making the areas where you are harvesting your food abundant and teeming with crops. Same thing for hunting. If you have more food in the area, all of the animals that you like to hunt will be drawn to this area, making it an ideal location for both agricultural and hunting related food supplies. And I wish from the top of this hill we had a clear view of everything around, but you could see from the vantage point that I showed how high this is. And again, they knew exactly what they were doing when they built that Shinto shrine and put up these Shide lightning symbols. It is secrets in plain sight. And as I mentioned, there's absolutely a direct connection between the Shinto belief system regarding the life force or the spirit emanated from these sacred sites and sacred objects and this ancient stone circle lightning technology. And this is why we're back in Japan, because this is the origin of the lightning technology, fertilizer technology, ancient chemistry that developed into the function of the Egyptian pyramids. These things are directly connected. Man, this site is absolutely beautiful. I was thrilled when we found this the first time. Again, there's no archaeological excavations and no academic information regarding this structure. I think this may be, obviously the site is known about with the construction of the Shinto shrine, but the possibility that this is a perhaps Jomon era stone circle, that may be another land of chem discovery. And I'll take you down the hill one more time before we wrap up so you can see these absolutely immense granite boulders. And I'm so happy that we got a chance to visit Oshito Ishi Hill, and we discovered the research from Kumamoto University that corroborated my hypothesis about these structures attracting lightning and these stones being struck by lightning. Because now I can see the bigger picture. And the evolution of these systems is blatantly obvious once you can see how that knowledge was developed. They were studying the forces of nature. They worshipped and revered things like lightning, rain, fertilizer. They encoded these forces of nature into the mythology and symbols. And they learned to harness these forces for the benefit of the civilization. I'll come over here on the other side so you can see how this one cracked. So it appears that this was originally one huge piece, and this piece would fit into this one, and it cracked. Perhaps the result of recurring lightning strikes on the stone. Which is exactly why the Egyptian pyramids were built to the scale that they were. They're massive and intended to withstand recurring lightning strikes. another reason for the size and shape of the Egyptian pyramids. As you saw with the stone at Oshido Ishi Hill, that's a tiny pebble compared to the size of the Egyptian pyramids. And if that stone can withstand recurring lightning strikes, just imagine what a giant pyramid is capable of doing. And we already tested the magnetic field surrounding these stones, and these are granite, not andesite, so there's no magnetite content. Well, let me pull out my little magnetometer app here just to see if there's anything we might have missed. So again, ambient magnetic field is about 45. Yeah, no magnetic field anomalies detected, which just means that there's no magnetite in the stones. So there's nothing in there that could be magnetized. Which also leads me to another discussion, is that specific types of stones were utilized at different sites for a reason. And they knew about the magnetic properties of the andesite stone and the magnetic fields that were generated, and they were using it. As you saw me sticking my head into the magnetic field portal hole at the Ogamigaishi megaliths. This piece just caught my attention. It's very, very circular. Yeah, this is almost a complete perfect circle. It looks like it was split in half. Look at how flat that is. So it looks like it was cut here. Like this was originally a huge egg shape and they cut it right here. So there may very well be some, you know, and this one also looks to be flattened here. There certainly may have been some human intervention in the configuration of the megalithic outcrop here. The stone circle up here, absolutely man-made. All right. All right, so for the OGs that stay tuned until the end of the episode, this is for you. So we walked I don't know, about 500 meters from the trail. So we were just over here at the flattened top apex over here with the stone circle. There's a trail that runs through here and comes up to this flattened surface here. And I was just looking at the configuration of this little hill, and it has scalloped slope on this side and specifically on this side. It is an enclosure that runs in this direction around here. The hill comes up this way, sweeps around. So you can see the hill comes up in this direction, around here, and then back down in this direction. It is a horseshoe shaped, scalloped hillside. This is a white horse cumulonimbus thunderstorm generator hill. It is the exact same configuration as all of those white horse hills from Wiltshire, England that I presented in episode 137. So now I'm curious to see. So we came from structure A, the stone circle and lightning rod system. We walked over here to structure B, which is your white horse cumulonimbus thunderstorm cloud generator, and the trail continues in this direction, which I think is deserving of a little bit further investigation. Ready?
Yeah.
Let's go. I knew there was more to this site, and on the way up I noticed a signpost with a map of the area, and I'm pretty sure it indicated all of the megalithic structures on the side of this hill. So I'm going to see if we can stop by that signpost on the way back down the mountain. And you can see that there's a trail. We just came from here through this area here. The trail runs here up to this side. This is, I'm going to walk around from this vantage point. You can see the horseshoe shaped hillside here, and this is the exact same configuration as the Komakino stone circle hillside site. They leveled the plateau at the top of the hill, and I showed video from the archaeological museum describing exactly how they did that. And the face of the hill is one of these scalloped horseshoe shaped hillsides. The White Horse Hills, as explained in episode 137. All right, so we're going to keep hiking here. Oh man, look at this. These fucking vines. Look at that. That's cool.
Did you climb one?
I don't think those will hold my weight. All right, so we're gonna go. It looks like there's another, the trail sort of runs around here and up to the top of this hill. So we're gonna keep climbing and see what we can find.
That's about as far as
All right, yeah. That's pretty good.
You wanna try? Was that cool?
All right, now back in the Batmobile. Old Black Betty. Ah, domo arigatou gozaimasu. Arigatou.
Oh, very good.
Looks like a little.
Oh, about.
Ah, okay. Will you flip through that?
Yeah. We were just trying to translate those stones.
Alright everyone, that is it for today's video. This was Sunday Site Visit 90 from an ancient Japanese stone circle lightning temple. I really hope you enjoyed today's video, and in the next episode in the series, the function of the Egyptian obelisk. This is an episode you do not want to miss, so if you haven't already, subscribe to the Land of Chem here on YouTube, click the little notification bell, like, comment, share, and stay tuned if you want to help support the channel and get access to exclusive research. Check out the Land of Chem members only channel and thelandofchem.com if you want to pick up a copy of the book or grab some merch, both linked in the video description below. If you want to follow me on Instagram or on X, my handle is @thelandofchem. Ladies and gentlemen, as always, thank you all so much for the support. I think that is it for today's episode, so I will see you next time. Yo, are you still watching this? Please subscribe to the Land of Chem here on YouTube and click that little notification button. New videos coming out every single week. And check out this other episode. Come on, do it. Do it now.